I'm Joe Talentino with I Know Jax, the weekly TV show where I tell you about cool local stuff. Places to go and eat, local restaurants, local small businesses, craft beer, upcoming events, and much more. If you like that kind of stuff, make sure to like the I Know Jax Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I Know Jax, eat local, drink local, and be local. Today I have a great show lined up for you. We're going to start out by grilling out. I love getting a big group of friends together and grilling out here in Florida, and that's something you can do year-round. Today we're going to learn how to make a peach pie on the grill. Heck, I didn't even know you can do that. Check this out. So we're hanging out, grilling and chilling here at Rivertown in Fruit Cove, and I've got my good buddy, and I do say good buddy, we get to hang out, Sarah from Hottie Dawgs. And when I said I wanted to do something grilling and chilling, she said, can I do something different? And I said, yes.
Because I do more than just hot dogs.
You do, and then you said, can I do a dessert? And I went, on the grill?
Yes.
And you said you're doing
Bourbon peach cobbler.
Bourbon peach cobbler on the grill.
On the grill. The sun's going down.
It's perfect.
It's dessert time. It's after dinner.
And bourbon is involved, so I'm saying yes.
I like bourbon.
Yeah.
I haven't found anything, like any dessert yet that I couldn't
put
add
bourbon to and make it better.
Yeah, nothing.
Especially while you're cooking.
Yeah, and take a sip and then you
It's sort of like wine.
Right.
One for the cook and one for the pot. Cool.
Ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right.
You know, this really hits me in my heart.
You like peaches.
I'm
you
a
like
Georgia
bourbon.
boy.
Yeah. So we have peaches.
Loving it.
They're already sliced.
Got it.
So here's our pretty peaches.
That's what they look like sliced.
Magic of TV. Bam.
Boom, bam.
There they are.
Sliced.
So we're gonna add a little sugar.
Okay.
And we're gonna add a little bit of brown sugar just to give it that caramelly flavor.
Sure. Bourbon.
And bourbon.
Got it.
And then we're gonna add a little bit of cornstarch.
Oh, cornstarch.
It helps
make it all together.
Make it all kind of meld together. Give it not too watery when you're done.
Right.
Give it a little stir.
Oh, it gives it some body. I can smell that bourbon. What kind did you use? I'm just curious. Say it.
It is, but I took it from my husband's stash, so I can't tell you what kind I use because he can't know.
But it's the good stuff.
It's the good stuff.
Sorry.
Sorry, honey. So we're gonna put it in a cast iron pan.
You got some flour in here already.
I've got some flour in there already. I'm gonna dump in the butter.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna do it old school. You're gonna chop it.
Oh yeah, that's how.
So
that's how
I
you
learned
get
how
it.
to do that too. Oh, that's nice and soft butter too.
Make sure we add our baking powder.
Some more sugar, more brown sugar. Can't get too sweet.
You can't. Not with the bourbon.
No, not with the bourbon. It'll take.
If your peaches are overripe or just on the hint, if they're really, really sweet, add a little bit of lemon juice just to bring out the tartness. Gotcha. And I know we're doing peach bourbon, but at home I do blackberry bourbon, I do blueberry bourbon, whatever you want. I haven't found a fruit that didn't work.
I've heard bourbon enough times to say yes.
Sure. Yes! So now we've got that all mixed in. We're gonna add buttermilk.
Yeah, of course, because you're in the South.
Right?
Duh.
Now, if you want to, you can add some vanilla extract to the buttermilk. You can add, I wound up a little bit runny. It'll be fine. Probably need a little bit more flour, but I already did that in the one see, now I thought ahead and I thought, Joe is never going to be able to wait
I don't want,
the 45 minutes.
I'm not a patient person, you know this.
So what you do, once you put this in the pan, is you turn the grill on to about 375 to 400 degrees on one side only.
So,
All your burners are only on one side. They're off over here.
But
so
you put it on the side
over
that
here,
there's no flame
it's
under.
baking.
Got ya. So there's no flame underneath
There's no flame underneath it. It's baking.
Oh, look at that.
And then we have a beautiful peach cobbler over there.
That's a pretty cobbler. And the smoky flavor comes into it?
It does, and the bourbon comes out so nicely. And
no, that's amazing.
Whipped cream. So we're gonna cut into this. I wish I
almost
had a
too
better
pretty.
spoon.
It's almost too pretty to cut.
Do you smell the bourbon, can you?
I can smell the bourbon. I can't wait to taste the bourbon.
Look at that. Throw some of those peaches up there.
Okay.
There you go.
Now,
That's like a shortbread crust. You like that bourbon?
no, it's not terrible. That was pretty tasty. I love pie, I really do. And one of my favorite places to go is a little place on Mayport Road called Pie Heaven. If you missed that story, you can find it on my YouTube channel and on my website. Maybe you didn't know this, but every weekend I upload the episode for your viewing pleasure, so you can always go to my website and check out the latest episode if you didn't catch it on TV. Well, next we're going to head over to Brews in Atlantic Beach to have a delicious craft beer while I talk to you about craft beer happenings. Every week I talk about happenings and craft beer events in my TV show, I Know Jax. I'm at Brews in Atlantic Beach, and today I'm having a Screamsicle from Bold City Brewing. This week it's all about football. I can't believe the Patriots are there again, but they are. First, let's look at what else is going on. Hyperion is hosting a vinyl record fair. Now, many of my friends who are really into music still claim that vinyl is the way to go. At this event, they also have what they call a turntablist workshop. I've never heard of that before, but new and used records are for sale, and it's all good fun and great craft beer. That's at Hyperion on February 1st, starting at 6 p.m. Now, vinyl records aren't for everybody, but how about comedy? Every month, there's a free comedy show at Veterans United Brewing. The show features multiple comedians, each doing a set. And this event always packs out the tap room at Veterans, and it's often standing room only, so be sure to get there early. Comedians in Craft Beer starts at 8 p.m., and the event takes place at Veterans United Brewery. Underdark was a fictional setting in Dungeons & Dragons, sort of like the dark web is for procedural TV dramas. But don't worry, I'm not going to roleplay or pretend to be an NCIS investigator. Actually, I wanted to talk about the beer Underdark. It's been an Intuition Aleworks beloved annual release for many years. The Underdark is an imperial stout aged in oak barrels, and I saw on Facebook they'll have bottles dating back to 2016 for sale. The Chocolate Orange Underdark of 2018 was one of my favorites, and now they're releasing 2019, and they're also going to be selling bottles from previous years. All sales will be held in the back of the brewery entrance starting at 10 a.m., and last year they ran out at 2. The 2019 Underdark will also be available on draft in the tap room, and I'm planning on being there for that, so if you see me, come up and say hello and tell me which is your favorite beer. The most important event of this week, above all, has to be Super Bowl. Over 100 million people watch the Super Bowl on TV, many of them because they want to watch the commercials. What? I don't know. Super Bowl Sunday is like a holiday though, so social media is packed with videos showing you tasty treats to make for your football watch party. And speaking of which, here at Brews at Atlantic Beach, they're having a big potluck party for Super Bowl Sunday. Brews will bring lobster mac and cheese and slow-cooked buffalo chicken dip. So come watch the game at Brews, bring a dish for potluck, and have a pint of craft beer. Local pints will be $5 for the game, and may the best team win. That's it for local craft beer news in Jax this week. For more tasty beers like the Screamsicle from Bold City Brewing, visit Brews at one of their 2 locations. Cheers. Brews locations have the best variety of craft beer on tap that you can take home in a growler. I'm often out and about, and I go to many of the craft beer events in town. I love meeting other people who love our local craft beer, so make sure to come up and talk to me when you see me there. So, Mallory, if you would, talk to me a little bit about what inspired you to do the film.
What inspired me to do the film was really my love for St. Augustine that really grew throughout my career at Flagler, my 4 years, because I'm originally from southern Vermont, so I hated it initially. And I really fell in love with the city throughout the 4 years, and I just really kind of wanted to share that with other people. So the film is essentially about sea level rise in St. Augustine specifically, and also why St. Augustine is more vulnerable than some other places, just because of the historic value, because of the location, and then also the hurricanes when they hit us and what that did to St. Augustine, and how that is kind of a parallel to what the future could be like with sea level rise. Well, the worst case scenario is pretty bad. Some people say up to 10 feet of sea level rise, which would wipe out most of downtown. Davis Shores already suffers a lot from sunny day flooding and high tide. That would be gone. A lot of the things that we think of when we think of St. Augustine won't be able to be saved. Right. So we just need to do what we need to do right now to make sure everything's there in the future.
So the idea of the film was sort of to spark interest and get people moving and doing something. So what are you looking to do going forward?
Well, I did show the film at City Hall.
Right.
So that was a big step.
Sure.
And just kind of, Mayor Shaver's already really passionate about it. She's really involved. So just getting people locally here to really see that it's a problem, right, and see that we all need to do something about it. It's not something that, we can just put off.
Right.
It's something that everyone in St. Augustine should be aware of, should know what's going to happen, know what the risks are,
right,
and know what to do.
Every week I take a look at the fun and interesting events in Jax and give you what I consider to be my top 5 picks. Here's my list. Let me know what you think. Starting at number 5 on my list is the Shanghai Circus. Now, I've always been fascinated by the Chinese acrobats and honestly always wanted to go see the circus but hadn't been able to. The Shanghai Circus is coming to the Nathan H. Wilson Center on February 3rd. At number 4 is Mosh After Dark Urban Gardening. I know not everybody's into gardening, but I love it, and this is a workshop at Mosh, so you're not going to get too dirty. The class is called Urban Gardening is part of the Mosh After Dark program. Learn tricks to keep your garden healthy and take home your own starter composting kit. Tickets also include 2 drink tickets, and you can check out the new exhibit, Backyard Adventures at the Museum of Science and History. Mosh After Dark Urban Gardening and Composting takes place on January 31st, starting at 6 p.m. At number 3 is First Friday Art Walk in St. Augustine. You see, this time I've picked a monthly event, and this is the first week of the month, so there are many, but First Friday Art Walk is cool this time of year because it's the last week of Nights of Lights in St. Augustine, so I think it'd be a great time to do the art walk. First Friday Art Walk takes place from 5 to 9 p.m. in downtown St. Augustine. Number 2 is the Underdark release. Coming in at number 2, the Underdark bottle release at Intuition Ale Works, and this is a big annual event at Intuition. Many beer enthusiasts look for this all year long. Underdark is an imperial stout aged on oak barrels. The 2000 Underdark will be available on draft as well. The Underdark bottle release happens February 2nd at Intuition Ale Works downtown. Number 1 is the Super Bowl potluck. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday this week, and for many of you that's going to be the highlight of the week and the number 1 thing to do. A lot of places have Super Bowl parties going on, but I'm going to Brews in Atlantic Beach for their Super Bowl potluck party, so that's where you're going to find me. Bring a dish and come join me. That's at Brews in Atlantic Beach starting at 6 p.m. That's my top 5 list for the week of January 27th through February 3rd. How'd I do? Are there other events that you would have picked? If you're watching me online, let me know what event I should have put on my list and which events you're going to go to in the comments. I'll be back with a new top list next week, so if you have suggestions for me, send them to joe@iknowjax.com. Now, for more ideas about fun things to do, check out my post, Fun Things to Do in February on iknowjax.com. I'm planning to go to Intuition for the Underdark event, but even if I love craft beer, I don't mind having a cocktail every now and then, and that's what we're going to do next. Okay, I got David from Manifest Distilling here, and you're going to make us a pretty interesting drink. Talk to me about what this is, man.
So the first drink we're making today is called the Bloody Cosmo.
Bloody Cosmo.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did this for a presentation we gave down at Universal, and they asked us to be thematic with what we were making.
Oh, I gotcha.
And we got Halloween Horror Nights coming up.
I got it. gotta
go bloody.
Gotta go bloody. Now, what's interesting to me is that you're using your citrus vodka. Can you tell us a little bit about how that's made?
Sure. So the way we do our citrus vodkas is pretty interesting. I've never run across someone else doing it exactly how we do it, and the reason is we are using all fruit that's grown in Florida.
Yep.
The first 3 batches, actually, we all from the distillery went down to Palatka, handpicked it all. The very first batch, we cut and pressed it all ourselves using those juice presses.
You're talking hands-on.
Totally hands-on. We're using oranges, lemons, and grapefruits.
Okay. So all different types of citrus.
All the citruses.
Okay.
All grown, like I said, locally.
Well, I'll tell you, I drink this stuff straight.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
No.
So tell me what's in this drink for us.
Okay, so we've got we wanted to kind of highlight the citrus vodka. Like you said, it's good on its own.
Yeah.
But we wanted to bring some other citrus elements into it. So what we added a little lime juice. This is a blood orange juice from Natalie's down in I think Orchid Island.
Great.
Fantastic stuff. And then we have a Salerno blood orange liqueur, which I think is an Italian blood
Sounds
orange liqueur.
like it. I don't know. I'm Talentino, but I couldn't tell you if that's Italian or not.
So you should know these things.
I shouldn't. I'm also Irish, so that just
negates everything Italian.
Yeah, exactly. Let's mix it up and see what it tastes like.
Let's do it. Sounds good.
So how much lime juice are we using here?
So we got 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice.
Okay.
We got 1 ounce of the blood orange juice.
And Natalie's is great. I think they're
awesome.
Organic. And you guys are also into that whole organic kick too, right?
We are. I think we were the first organic distillery in the state.
Yeah.
And I believe we still are. I don't know. We don't really keep up with it.
But it's hard to keep up these days.
It is. And the reason organic was important to us is because I feel like, you vote with your dollars. Sure. And it's supporting sustainable agriculture.
Absolutely.
I would never.
And local.
It is local, yep. And I also wouldn't. I would never assert that because it's organic, it's automatically a better product.
I get that.
But it's
or that it's local and that makes it better is not necessarily true either.
Totally, it's got to be both.
Got to be good and local.
And then we've got the Salerno. I'm going to use 3/4 of an ounce of the blood orange liqueur. And then last but not least,
half a bottle of that.
Yep. 17 ounces of this.
That's just my suggestion.
We're gonna go with an ounce and a half. You've got a Camelback on back here.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta stay hydrated.
That's right.
And I know you guys can't smell this, but I can, and it smells good.
So now you have to try it. Absolutely.
Can I try it
Absolutely. Dig in. Of course, I gave you the hardest glass to drink from.
I know. It's okay. I can put my pinky out. Oh, you guys won't like this. It's terrible. No, this is awesome.
Good.
My suggestion is to go to the distillery, get a little tour, see what's there, because you got everything, even has stuff there that you don't offer at other places.
That's true. Yeah, we do have some distillery-only releases.
See, I know these things. I've done my research. That's it for this week's episode of I Know Jax. If you like what I do, make sure to like my Facebook page. That really helps. Also, make sure to share this video with your fun friends so they can see it too. I'll be back with another episode next week, but until then, I'll see you on the internet.